Hi everybody, this is Jennifer Smith with Murphy Business of Cape Girardeau, and we decided to record a quick video talking about the process of buying a business. And whether this is a first-time purchase for you, you've never bought a business before, or this is your 10th company and you've just simply never gone through a business broker before, hopefully this outline will give you a better idea of what you can expect when you buy a business through Murphy Business. The first thing that you're going to do is search online. So most of our listings are online and available for you to review. Now they're listed blindly and they're listed nationally, but they will give you an idea of the type of business and the size and scope and scale of the business that you're looking for. The other thing you can do is schedule a call with us. We have a way that you can schedule a call yourself through Calendly and schedule that to have a conversation with us about what you're looking for, and we can maybe help narrow things down or bring some listings to light that may not be on the website. When you find things that you're interested in, then we're going to send you a non-disclosure agreement for you to sign electronically. You can sign it on your phone, your tablet, your computer, or whatever. It'll route it back to us, which will prompt us to send you what's called a CIM, or a confidential information memorandum. That document goes into a lot more detail about the business itself. It will tell you what the business is, and it'll give you all of the specific details about it. It will also include recasted financials. And we go through the recasting process so that we can get at what the business is actually producing, regardless of who owns it, and take out all of the non-cash items and things that are unique to the seller. So that's a very important process. And if you don't understand the recasting of the financials, just give us a call and we're happy to talk you through it. If you have any questions about the confidential memorandum, I'd encourage you to put those in an email. Send those to us. That way we can work through your questions and make sure that we're addressing them fully. And quite often there are some questions that come along that we're just not equipped to answer as a broker. And in that case, we will schedule a buyer-seller call or a buyer-seller meeting, depending on whether the buyer and the seller are both in the same market. Those all get scheduled through our office, and we're certainly happy to do that. If after you get all your questions answered and or you have a meeting in person with the seller, you decide that you want to move forward, we will draft an offer for you. Usually that takes about an hour on the phone or in person, and we will go through and ask all of the questions that are necessary to hit the major deal points in the offer. We also provide guidance and help and things like that along the way, so that you know that you're making a good comprehensive offer and that you've thought of everything. Once we get the deal under contract, we handle all of the escrow funds. As a broker, we are in control of those escrow funds every step of the way, which means that we're in control of them during the deal, and we're in control of them if the escrow deposit needs to be refunded for any reason. We work through the due diligence process using an online virtual deal room. That means that you can have anybody that you need to have review things in your corner logging onto that deal room. It's a safe and secure way to upload and download and view documents. The next step is usually securing financing, and we help with that. We have a lot of partners that help with traditional, conventional financing, and also with SBA and tools where we can access retirement funds with no penalty and no interest. So we will help you structure that financing and make sure that that gets secured and approved, and work with the lender to get those funds unlocked and for use in the business purchase. Once we work through all of that, we will draft the closing documents using a third-party attorney. That third-party attorney charges a really reasonable flat fee for us because they handle all of our closing documents. They're very comfortable with our purchase and sale agreement. What that does for you is it keeps you from giving a blank check to an attorney to simply document a deal that we've already agreed to. The buyer and the seller usually split that. It's generally something nominal around $1,500. So $750 for the buy side, $750 for the sell side. Again, very reasonable. And it's an attorney that we hire. So there's not a lot of back and forth. Now, you're welcome to hire your own attorney to review the third-party attorney's documents if you like. Some buyers do and some buyers don't. It's just a matter of how comfortable you are reviewing what's been written. Then the fun part happens. We schedule the closing and we handle the money flow. So whether there's a seller note involved, cash coming to the table, money coming from a financing source or something like that, we will corral all of that money in our escrow account and make sure that on the day of closing that money gets wired to all of the places that it needs to go. Quite often that's sending a wire to the seller and also sending a wire transfer to anybody that they might have any debt with, so that we make sure that all of the assets are free and clear on the purchase. Really, I think the big thing to know is that once people buy through a broker, they never go back to trying to buy on their own. We kind of quarterback the deal. We make sure that all the parties are informed every step of the way, that things are moving forward every step of the way. When we hit bumps and bruises in the road, that we overcome those because they're not the first time that we've hit them before. We bring all of the resources and all of the parties to the table and make sure that everybody stays on the same page. Two more things for you to know as a buyer. Number one, from a fiduciary standpoint, yes, we get paid by the seller. That's a huge benefit. To buyers is 9 times out of 10 we're paid by the seller unless it's negotiated otherwise. But our status from a fiduciary standpoint is a transaction broker. And what that means is that we don't work for the sell side or the buy side, we work for the deal, which means that as long as both parties want to do a good deal, it's our job to get it across the finish line and make sure that closing happens. But from a fiduciary standpoint, we can't harm either side. We can't be unfair or whatever to either side. And if at any point during the contract, for instance, during the due diligence period, if the buyer wants to back out of the deal because they see something in due diligence that we simply can't mitigate, again, we're in control of those escrow funds. Don't be afraid to make an offer. Because if something pops up in due diligence that we can't mitigate and you're just not comfortable with it, we simply back out of the deal. You get your escrow money back, and we unwind the transaction. So hopefully that's helpful to you, and you realize that this doesn't have to be a super scary time, that we're going to hold your hand through the whole thing and make sure that you're doing a good deal and that you're buying a company that's going to fit your needs. Again, my name's Jennifer Smith, Murphy Business of Cape Girardeau. Our website is murphybusinessofcape.com and our phone number is 573-335-1885. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.